The player feedback was a digital guillotine hanging over Leo's career. Visually stunning, technically flawless, as fun as a tax audit. Leo, the enfant terrible of the gaming world, had created Ethelgard's Fall, a hyper-realistic fantasy epic with a million lines of code and zero sparks of joy. His publisher had given him an ultimatum: find the fun in 48 hours, or find a new job. He scowled at the screen, the harsh glow illuminating his tired face. A soft, rhythmic lick-clack of shoes on linoleum approached his glass-walled office. It was Silas, the night watchman, a man who seemed more a part of the building's foundation than a person. He moved with a quiet purpose, his flashlight beam a slow, sweeping metronome in the dark. Burning the midnight oil again, Mr. Kane? Silas' voice was a low rumble. Just trying to figure out what people want, Leo muttered, not bothering to look up. Wouldn't expect you to get it. It is complex. Silas paused, his silhouette framed by the doorway. Sometimes, he said gently, the most complex lock has the simplest key. He then continued his patrol, the sound of his footsteps fading down the hall, leaving Leo to stew in his own brilliance. By the second night, Leo was a wreck. He was clicking through a level, a brutal gauntlet of traps and monsters he designed to be challenging. It wasn't challenging, it was a chore. Defeated, he leaned back, his chair groaning in the silence. He noticed Silas sitting at the security desk in the main lobby, his back to him. The old guard wasn't watching the monitors. He was carving something. Curiosity overriding his ego, Leo walked out. On the desk, Silas was putting the finishing touches on a small, intricate wooden bird. With a flick of his thumb on a tiny lever at its base, the bird's wings flapped in a perfect, lifelike rhythm. It was simple. It was magical. Leo found himself smiling for the first time in weeks. That's incredible, Leo said. Silas looked up, his eyes twinkling. Just a bit of whittling. Used to be in the toy business a long time ago. Before batteries and screens took over, he picked up a small, smooth, uncarved block of wood. You see, the secret isn't in making something complicated. It is in finding the one simple thing that makes a person's eyes light up. The aha moment, the spark. He pushed the block of wood across the desk to Leo. Your game is a beautiful box with 100 locks, but you forgot to put a surprise inside. You're so busy challenging the player, you forgot to delight them. Delight, the word hit Leo like a lightning strike. He looked at his game, at its punishing logic and cold perfection. Then he looked at the little wooden bird, flapping its wings with impossible grace. He finally understood. His game had rules, but it had no sense of play. He ran back to his office. He didn't rework the graphics or the code. He changed one thing. In the middle of his most brutal level, he added a hidden, simple mechanic, a set of enchanted bells that, when struck in the right order, didn't give the player a reward, but instead caused the entire landscape to erupt in a symphony of magical, blooming flowers and harmonious music. It served no purpose to winning. Its only function was pure, unadulterated joy. The next morning, he called the lead tester in, his hands shaking. The tester navigated the level, his face a mask of concentration. Then he stumbled upon the bells. He played the sequence. As the world bloomed around him, he stopped playing. He just stared, and then a slow, wide grin spread across his face. Whoa, he whispered. Okay, now that is cool. Ethelgard's Fall became a legend, praised not for its difficulty, but for its heart. At the awards ceremony, accepting Game of the Year, Leo stood in a $1,000 suit, the little wooden bird peeking out of his pocket. Everyone is asking about my design process, he said, his voice echoing in the vast auditorium. The truth is, my greatest ideas came from my lead gameplay consultant. He paused, looking out at the crowd. He taught me that the most advanced code in the world is worthless if you forget to program the spark. This one's for you, Silas.